morning everyone, and welcome to a triple training day. Very busy one today. I've got a 10k run this morning, I've got a upper body assistance session at lunchtime, and then I'm actually through to Glasgow, which is about an hour's drive away, this evening for a 6 kilometre run club with my protein. In amongst that, lots of work to get on with at the office, a very busy period of the year, so you're going to come along for the ride. So for those of you that might not be aware, I'm currently training for a 250 kilometre ultramarathon in one go at the end of March. From here in Edinburgh all the way to the top of Ben Nevis near Fort William. Just over 5,000 metres of elevation gain, so it's going to be a fairly big endurance event, that's for sure. I spent the last quarter of 2023 just really building my aerobic base back up to a really good position to build from, and now that we're in January, full send, onwards and upwards. Along the way, I'm going to do my best to hold on to my top end strength, and actually had some lower body testing the other day. So if you want to see what training for a 250 kilometre ultramarathon alongside maintaining top end strength looks like, then make sure to subscribe. Can turn this off for the time being. So I've been dealing with a bit of a hip niggle recently, and past couple of weeks over the Christmas festive period, I've just let my running volume settle a little bit as I'm managing some bursitis in my right hand side. So with that in mind, this is kind of the point now where everything's really going to start to ramp back up, and we're going to do our best to manage it in a really good place with it, I think, and actually all signs are pointing to it not being any sort of catastrophic, real compromising injury for what I've got coming up ahead prep wise, which is obviously great news. So as part of my prep, Wednesdays are quite ordinarily going to be AM run, PM run, and just build that volume as time goes on, with Saturdays and Sundays obviously being where my longer, dedicated, focused aerobic list runs are going to be. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you might recognise these surroundings, as this is where I did the 4x4x96 challenge, which is double Goggins 4x4x48. I was staying in an apartment just up there for purposes, and every 4 hours for 4 days came out here and ran 4 miles. So nostalgia, deja vu, panic, not quite sure what sensation I'm experiencing right now, but nonetheless it's nice to be out here in the morning knowing that I'm only going to be here once today rather than many more times. Good news, hip feels absolutely fine as it stands, but given it's January, I would love to hear from those of you that are watching what you are currently training for this year, what your focus points are. I'd love you to comment them down below so we can all hype each other up. And I've actually just ran past a Pure Gym 50% off new joiners, no joining fee January offer, which made me think, you know what, let's hear what everybody's excitable anticipated goals are at the moment. So please do comment them down below. Okay, 10.4k in 57 minutes 42 seconds, data on the screen for you just here. Easy, nothing to report, conversational, heart rate was low, effort was low, hip feels good, which is excellent news. So I'm going to head into the office, which is just there, and get in the shower, get some food on board, and I will see you at my desk. Okay, showered, changed, had some food, and had a cup of coffee, and it is 25 minutes past 8. I'm at my desk. I have a consultation call at 8:45, which I'm going to do a little bit of prep for now, and then I'll touch base with you just after that so that we can run through what the rest of the day is going to look like. See you shortly. Okay, consultation complete, and that is my final one-to-one coaching slot with Omnia Performance available at the moment gone. So welcome to Ollie from Sydney. Great to have you on board, and let's get ready for a big old strength and triathlon season. That is actually our 6th athlete that we're looking after on a one-to-one basis that's doing Ironman Cairns. So that's fun. We should probably get them all tri-suits made. Nonetheless, it is 9:15 and the rest of the day is fairly jam-packed. So 9:30 I am booked in to record a YouTube video on recovery with Jamie in the podcast studio.
studio. And then 11, Johnny's getting here, so we're going to go through the YouTube calendar because there's quite a few big weekends and things that we want the whole team together to film and things from now until my 250k run at the end of March. So we're just going to go through the filming days, the go live days, and just make sure that we're all aligned on what's needed, get a bit creative around what's required. So have that meeting at 11 till 12. At 12, I'm going to go and do an upper body session in the gym. I'll get some food on board and then make sure that I'm up to date on WhatsApp's emails that trickle through for the day. Got a bit of podcast following up to do on some outreach that went out yesterday. So booking with Zach Talander on Thursday, which is going to be very fun. We've got Jim Hamilton, the big 6'6" behemoth with a fantastic podcast of his own coming in mid-Feb. Gonna go through all that between sort of 1 and 3 with a few bits that I'll touch base on with you all when we get there. And at 3, I have a call with Men's Health because they're doing a feature on Omnia on hybrid training, essentially. And then at 4 p.m, I am taking Johnny through a few bits of software that I've used at my end to better manage workflow that I think will be helpful for him too. Just gonna sit down with him and make sure that he's up to speed on those so that we can disseminate them to the wider team. And then I'm gonna get in the car to drive to Glasgow for tonight's run club with my pro team. So pretty busy day, 2 more training sessions to get done. Really enjoyed my run this morning and my hip feels great. So I'm going to touch base with you sporadically as we go, but that is what the day looks like. And recording complete, and that video will actually be live already. Look for this thumbnail here. It is 6 ways that you can boost your recovery, and spoiler alert, it's really just about executing the basics well rather than focusing too much on the 1%ers, the ice baths, the infrared saunas and everything in between that's very popular to talk about on the internet, because for the vast majority of us, the 1%ers need not apply because we don't execute the basics quite as well as we probably should, do we? Do you feel attacked? You should. Anyway, it's getting to that time in the day where it's snack time. So I have a MyProtein white chocolate chip brownie, pretty regular occurrence for me, around 10:30 to 11 every day. It's either one of these, the chocolate version, or the chocolate chip protein flapjack. And I like to have the office well stocked with these snacks so that there's always protein and just general food within touching distance at all times. Busy days, lots of training, increased calorie intake, increased volume means that I need to be able to keep on top of what I'm consuming. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to adapt, recover, move things forward as effectively as I'd like to. So if you're looking to level up performance, continue to adapt and just get your house in order a little bit, having convenient stuff around is great. I've got my meal prepped with me for lunch today. I'll actually be getting to the house quite late tonight, so I probably should have brought another meal with me, but nonetheless, do as I say, not as I do in this case. Having convenient stuff available, having convenient protein sources available is especially useful because if you're on the move, if you're busy, it's harder to access supermarkets, all these places that you can just go to if you ever forget something. So if you want to keep yourself well stocked, as I like to do, and for everybody in the office, I like to do as well, use the code Fergus at checkout to maximize your percentage savings and make sure that you've got access to protein, snacks, and just general delicious stuff all the time, yeah? I'm finally in the gym and it is not in fact midday, it is 1 minute past 1. I have just lost a full hour on the phone to a utilities company about a dispute related to the utilities in this place, which is frustrating but not the end of the world because it just means it eats into email on WhatsApp time, which I can make up for tomorrow later in the day, whatever. So anyway, not gonna let it kill my vibe. I have dumbbell pressing, dumbbell rowing, and some other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's press some dumbbells. Okay, job done. Fairly simple upper body session, given that I've got to run either side of it, don't want to push demands too much. Got a full body session tomorrow and another sort of upper dominant session on Friday. So volume and frequency is pretty high across the week, across everything at this point needs to be if I want to hold on to my strength and build my volume up to a 250 kilometer run in one go. I asked for this, so I won't complain, but that is me. It is coming up to 2, so it's 10 to 2. I don't know if I need to shower. Is that grubby? Is that grubby? I haven't sweated, I'm running tonight. Do I need to shower given that I will be showering when I get home tonight? Let me know in the comments below what you would do. I'm leaning towards no
not showering, which probably means my skin will be horrible, but nonetheless, I cannot be arsed. So anyway, given that I've lost some time to utility phone calls, I'm gonna get back through, get my lunch on board, and crack on with the afternoon's work before heading to Glasgow later on. For those of you that care, I have king prawn, tender stem broccoli, some other vegetables, noodle and spinach stir fry for lunch. I can't even remember what the calories and macros are, but we'll do a full day of eating video soon. We don't have the microwave yet, so stodgy noodles make for a good fork placement. Nonetheless, I think the one thing I want to really comment on is how much of a vibe glass Tupperware is. It really just adds a layer of pizzazz to the Tupperware experience. So let's see how this is cold. You know what? That's stodgy and thus delicious. Okay, it is 5 to 5 and I've just frantically built a landing page so that we can get people registered to the website ahead of an educational webinar we're doing with Dr. Phil Price at the podcast studio this Saturday coming. That will have happened in the past if you are watching, but if you would like 15 resilience hacks delivered to your inbox as a gift instead, then sign up via the description down below. But men's health conversation went well, and I've just been frantically getting as much done as I can between then and now before 5 to 5 so I can get in the car and get to Glasgow, because I am very concerned about traffic to actually be able to get there on time for 6:30. I'm going to get changed into running kit before I go. I think I am, so I will see you in the car. Minorly stressed given that the run club starts at 6:30 and it currently has my ETA at 6:14 and 5:09 heading west to Glasgow. Traffic, oh dear. Bit tight. Okay, parked up, made it. Just need to get into quarter zip, change beanie, etc, etc. It is 18 minutes past 6, so decent. A few concerning moments, but we've made it on time. I'm just worried about leaving my bag in the car. Maybe I'll just stuff it down the back of the chair and hope that nobody can see it. Anyway, okay, I've made it. I am probably not going to take my GoPro. Am I going to take my GoPro? Unsure. GoPro or phone clips to follow. Okay, fantastic. About 80 people turned up to my Protein's first Move Club event of the Move 30 campaign. I think I've got that right. So great to connect with everyone that came and said hello. 5K around Glasgow, first time I've ran here in a while, which was awesome, and was very quiet. January. I am now rushing back to the car because I am 7 minutes late for a call as part of the wintering intake for Omnia, basically a 12-week ultra endurance resilience building focus group training program. Too late for you to sign up, but again, sign up's the mailing list and you can join us next year. So I need to get to the car park and jump on that call.
I created a set of goals and a plan as to how.
Okay, so just back at the car with Gaz Bamford and Professor Martin Jones from Duratis UK presenting on all things resilience and goal setting, first of 3 webinars as part of the wintering intake. It is 8:23 and I have an hour to get back to Edinburgh, but I'm going to sit here until probably about 9:15 when this presentation is done and then head back. So I obviously want to absorb and pay attention to everything that's being said here. So 9:15 when the Q&A starts, I'll probably then start driving and just listen in because there'll be no more presenting per se. So I reckon I'm going to pay attention to this and then touch base with you at Hart Hill service station between Glasgow and Edinburgh at about 10 p.m. realistically. Long day. And it is 9:45 and I'm at Hart Hill Services. I have a 3 for 8 deal from M&S. I have some ham hock. I have some Scottish hot smoked honey roast salmon flakes. I have some Honduran chili, coriander and king prawns. That's my second serving of prawns today. And some Korean style dragon roll sort of faux sushi, given that there's no actual fish in it. Enormous thank you to My Protein for hosting that event, and for those of you, to reiterate, that was great fun. Data from that is just on the screen here. Leisurely 5k, really good to round off the day. 3 really positive training sessions today. Very, very busy day. Thank you very much for watching to this point. Just a quick reminder, if you're looking for running communities like the one that we sort of saw briefly tonight, then you can join a WhatsApp group down below, which is an Omnia Performance community, whereby we have lots of different groups for different regions all over the world, populated with people that are connecting, like-minded
athletes from all over the place saying hello and training together, which is awesome to see. So join that down below and you can maybe find some people to train with, as hybrid training can often be a bit of a lonely pursuit with the specific goals that go with it. So that is enough from me. Long day, long video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment with your thoughts and or feelings, and make sure to hit subscribe. I will see you next time. I need to get home. I need to get to bed. Long day, long day. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Goodbye.